Come with me.
Yes, sir.
On the trip through the galaxy. Fly high, away from misery. Come with me. On the trip through the galaxy. Put your feet on the ground.
Yes, sir. You fucking with the right one. For those of you that are initiated, you should already know what time it is. And for those of you that aren't, we're gonna get to you in a minute. If you ain't fucking with me, man, you can feel free to fast forward, but I wouldn't advise it. We gotta get on the right vibration first. I know you see me. I know you hear me. But can you feel me? See, that's what vibration is about. So let's do it. If you fuck around, it's about time to put some flame to that motherfucker. And if you don't, you cool too. On the trip to the galaxy, put your feet. Hey, away from misery. I'm there. Y'all just get ready to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. If you ain't figured it out by now, y'all might have slipped and slid into a whole nother density. You can hear where shit gets thick. On the trip to the galaxy. Hey. Away from misery. Come with me. On the trip to the galaxy. Away from misery. That bitch is out of this world. That bitch is gangster. That bitch is everything. I was somewhere else when this came to mind. This might just be my new theme song. Y'all ready to go? Just get ready to open up your ear and crawl. Let me crawl into your mind. I know. What it was, y'all. Y'all already know who it is, man. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this right here, this ain't shit but a little cosmic insight, man. And here we are, y'all. We done reached the last and final installment in these Black Moon Lilith in the Sign series, man. And this one right here is a motherfucker. Because it's hard to pin down. It's hard to pin down. Because this right here, this a little something about those people that have the Black Moon Lilith and Sagittarius in their natal chart. And before we can even get to that part, pardon me, you already know what I'm going to do first, man. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the history and the mythology behind the Black Moon Lilith, you know, Lilith. And then I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the energy behind it and how it might affect you. Then after that, I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the sign of Sagittarius, and how that affects you. Then after that, we're going to bring it all to a culmination and then kick it in the head. So, without further ado, let's get it cracking. So, Lilith, she comes to us through Judaic or Jewish mythology, and is really the oldest story ever told, y'all. You see, Lilith was the first woman ever created. Not Eve, pardon me, Lilith. Lilith and Adam were created at the same time equally by God. And that's right, you can go check it out, because that's real. So I say that with much emphasis because anybody that thinks femininity is weak, anybody that would think that females are the weaker species or that they're supposed to be up under you, bro, you tripping. And ladies, if you feel inadequate, like, you tripping. If you're a male and you feel the feminine energy within you is a weakness, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what this is going to be all about. But going forward with the story. So, everything was good in the hood, man. I was good in the hood until it came time to, consummate the relationship, time to get nasty. And when it was time for that, everything was heated up. Adam said, lay down, Lilith, so I may lay on top of you. And what you got to understand is, like I told you a while ago, man, this ain't Eve, and she ain't submissive. And she wasn't feeling that off top. She said, nah, motherfucker, you lay down so I may lay on top of you. We know Adam wasn't feeling that. So it was a great calamity. They was into it, banging, and the angel of the Lord had to come down to sort it out. And when he came down, or it came down, immediately sided with Adam. And Lilith is dejected and she's disrespected and she's still not having it. So she dips out to become a lot of different things and a lot of different mythology. Some would say that she's a demon that, steals babies. And some would say that she's a seducer of men to their demise. Some would say that she's the wife, the consort of Satan himself. Some would say she's the mother of all demons. But I think that's a bullshit ass rhetoric. That's the ignorant shit. What Lilith is strong, independent, dark, feminine energy. Can it be manipulative? Yes. Can it be, sexy? Yes. But that's the tools it has to work with. You can't use brute force. Think about it. And so, I think a lot of people also get dark and light twisted with good and bad. And I don't think people understand that a lot of the times it's the darkness within you that's got you by, that's helped you survive, man. Like, I don't know if y'all familiar with Walking Dead, but, when Rick bit that motherfucker's throat out. Yeah. That's when you have to get it in at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part. I don't know what his sign was. That's some little thin Scorpio or Aries shit biting the motherfucker's throat out, but that's what it is, bro. What you got to do to survive, man. It's crazy what you'll go to. But anyway, so that's what it is, And back to the story. So Adam's lonely and he's sick. So, poor little Tink Tink, he's sad. And so what ends up happening is God puts him into a stupor, takes one of his ribs and creates Eve, who is created of Adam, made to be submissive to Adam, and was made to lay up under Adam. And so, is that all women? No, that's Eve. Eve is made of Adam. So when we're talking about feminine energy, there's two manifestations of that. And what you got to understand about masculine and feminine is, feminine just means receptive. Masculine just means projective. You know what I mean? And anybody that wants to have a conversation, we can talk about it. And, when we're talking about gender, like, that's not what I'm about anyway. Okay? I'm about the soul. That's some earth shit. I'm concerned with the soul, player. And so anyway, man. So that's what that is, man, with that story. And so in astrology, in each person's chart, there's really kind of this indicator of what people would say is dark karma. And that's where Lilith kind of becomes a factor. And like the nodes, it's not an actual celestial body. It's more of a certain point or aberration in the chart. And it really helps to understand where certain provocations, temptations, turn-ons, trials, fears, triggers, all kinds of shit. And triggers is the best word, represent a person. And it really can represent the darker or shadow side of our personality, as well as the type of energy that could really put us in great states of trepidation or make us nervous or piss us off or turn us on, or, we have trouble dealing with. It could represent our greatest adversary, man. And it really manifests differently in masculine and feminine. And one thing I forgot to say, that Lilith can also represent a person that has a strong influence in your life with this type of energy. You get what I'm saying? When we're talking about with this Lilith energy, man, like Lilith can also represent, who manifested that in you. For instance, I have the Black Moon Lilith in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? I would say that, he's changed a lot now, and I love him, because I don't ever want y'all to think, because I talk all this shit on here, that I'm bashing my daddy, because I love my daddy. He's changed his life and he's everything. But at the same time, my pops, man, he's a Gemini, and a lot of that crazy shit I be having going on with my Lilith in Gemini, Charlico in Gemini, Chiron in Gemini, I know it has to do with my pops, man. And, me being born at the end of June, I have a lot of Gemini energy in me, and I know that. And so, like I was saying, this manifests differently in masculine and feminine energy. And the reason is that, a lot of men, especially, they're not comfortable with their feminine energy. They might see it as weak, or they might, try to hide it and repress that part of themselves. So it manifests as a shadow, and it manifests kind of differently, and can manifest into some bad things, man. Different compulsions, obsessions, nasty ass, sexual shit. And, with women, they accept their femininity. So it can be a little more empowering, and it's a lot easier to work with Lilith. But in any manifestation, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Your shadow side, you got to learn how to work with it, man. Like, I'm so proud of my shadow side. And you also got to understand that there's times when Lilith is strongest, and that's in years of multiples of 9. And I'm not talking about 2009, 2018, 2027, 2036, 2045, 2054. I'm not talking about that, man. What I'm talking about is, I know math. What I'm talking about is in years of multiple of 9 since your birth, because that's when it takes Lilith 9 years to transverse the whole zodiac and make a return. And that's when you have a Lilith return. We talk about these returns, and that'll culminate like 5 months before and culminate 5 months after that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when a lot of fateful events occur, or could occur. And you might have to look yourself in the mirror and realize that you're the one that's been fucked up the whole time, or nothing could happen. And I can't tell you, because I'm not the one for predictions, man. I know what to do with astrology, but that's not where my motherfucking aspect of astrology. What I want to do is, I'm about character development. I'm about self-awareness. So if you want to talk about that, we can, okay? And that's why we're here talking about this. So when we're talking about the sign of Sagittarius, Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac. It rules over the 9th house. It's ruled by Jupiter, and it rules over the hips and thighs. And its symbol is the centaur, or the archer, and its mantra is, I see. And this is mutable fire, y'all, and I like to think of Sagittarius as like the wanderer energy of the zodiac. And this energy is about seeking truth. And the best way to do that is to motherfucking hit the road and have experiences, man, and learn on the fly. And knowledge and wisdom are key here. And it comes through having a broad-minded approach to shit. And the Sagittarius sign is keenly interested in philosophy and religion. And this is always kind of the true internal quest with this energy. And it wants to be free, really free to seek out the meaning of life in a big way, man. And it's really optimistic, and, it's willing to take chances and gamble. And, with Jupiter's influence, Sagittarius is always going to do it big. Do it big. And in this case, that might be the issue. With this one, y'all, man, when we talk about having the Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius, it could really manifest in a whole boatload of motherfucking loudmouth ass ways. But the most common theme that I see with the Black Moon Lilith placed here is a motherfucker who can be, overly optimistic to the point where it ends up being a detriment to the scheme of life. Yeah. There's always the fucking danger of causing harm to themselves and others by making questionable or poor choices, that are fucking, especially, when it this will ring true when it comes to matters that are warranted of pure optimism instead of, sheer reality, man. Like, they be making some bad decisions. And they really don't care or ain't fucked up about it, At the end of the day, they're going to be like, man, if they didn't die, like, man, I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was after them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't kill me. Like, it's crazy. They ain't going to kill me, so I'm going to do what I do. Like, this one's a trip, man. Like, this one can manifest in somebody that really don't give a fuck. They give a fuck, but it's about self. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. And that's just in the Lilith aspect of it. No hate, no shade. You know what I'm saying? But I can also say that, there might be a lot of fucking blowback to this person pertaining to the fucked up situations that this motherfucking Sagittarius Lilith person, gets caught up in and gets other people caught up in because of jumping into some shit and being too hasty, and ultimately definitely doing shit when they're grossly misinformed. And that's gonna always be a problem with them, man. That's gonna always be a problem. And when speaking, I can say this, though, in a positive aspect and a negative aspect, because this could get them in some trouble, and it's just hard to deal with, man. When they're talking, man, a motherfucker with Lilith here, man, can really sway the masses into believing just about anything, man. I'm talking about they will be buying anything that they're preaching. So, this is definitely an interesting one, man. Because if they want to go against you, man, they gonna turn other motherfuckers against you, and that's gonna be the issue, man. Like, that's gonna be the issue, man. Like, you gonna wonder why you having bad luck. Yeah. And I can also say that, being with Sagittarius and ninth house type of stuff, these folks are in Jupiter, these folks are going to be extremely sensitive and defensive about their own personal beliefs and their own personal philosophies. And not only that, a lot of them are going to be pushy about that shit too, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter how far-fetched whatever they believed it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be trying to kind of pushing that on you, and you're like, man, hold up, man. And, they're both aggressively fucking preachy and manipulatively dogmatic. Yeah. And, whatever they can do to get their point across. And the thing is, deep down, when they by themselves in the bathroom mirror, they don't even believe that shit. They don't. They struggle with faith. But instead of working it out internally, they dig in and project that shit outwardly onto everybody else through a shadow aspect that's like, ah, damn, man, nobody wants to hear that shit. And they're just dealing with their own shit. Another thing, they would not be able to sit their ass down somewhere. They do what the fuck they want to do, and, they say even more than that. And speaking of which, let me tell you this, man. This is attitude personified. And a lot of times they might not mean no harm, but they don't give a fuck if they did harm either. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that will cuss your ass out for nothing, man. I'm talking cuss you smooth out for nothing, man. This is somebody that has no motherfucking filter for real and really fuck how you feel about it. For real. This is somebody that will tell on your motherfucking ass if you piss them off. Real talk. This is a motherfucker that will, tell all your motherfucking business. If you cross them, they'll expose your ass and then fight you about it. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because what they gonna come with is that, like, they gonna feel like it's true. So when they come about it, like, they gonna stand up about it. Like, don't forget that this is still fire that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Fire. And if you threaten their freedom, if you try to make them look stupid, you know what I'm saying? Especially for what they believe in. Yeah, they'll look at that shit. They'll fight. That's what I mean. these motherfuckers also like to challenge gurus and teachers or over their beliefs and their teaching styles and things like that. So, you know, if you are in their midst and you doing this type of thing, you know, you just better be on point. You know, you better be on point. I am. You know, sometimes having this placement really makes a person challenge God too. I'm talking about that far. And doubt the meaning of life altogether. And, you know, this is the person that's like, you know, fluctuating between being a doubting Thomas and a faithful Philip. What the fuck you mean? And when it comes to strong adversaries for him, you know, it's motherfuckers that have the faith that they lack. It's motherfuckers that really believe in themselves. You know, it's their own foolish decisions. It's a lack of faith, and, you know, it's impatience. Yeah. When it comes to what scares them, it's commitment. Yeah. It's being locked up and restrained. It's being punished for their transgressions. It's being stupid and life having no fucking deeper meaning. It's being stuck at home. You know, when it comes to what they're trying to hide, you know, it's their insecurity. It's fear. It's the fact that they don't really give a fuck about anybody but they motherfucking self. Especially about how they feel, for real. And when it comes to their sexual nature, you know, when we talk about the sexual nature of the Sagittarius Lilith individual, they can be wild to say the least. For real. They can be wild, man, with an immensely large appetite. This is Jupiter that, you know, most certainly flirts with insatiability. Jupiter just blows up and expands all the nastiness to a point where the indulgence really knows no bounds. They can learn from experiences, so they want to experience a lot. They want to experience everything. Lilith and Sagittarius, you know, they'll be laid up in the bed with multiple motherfuckers at once. And they all know about it. You know what I'm saying? And they themselves, they don't give a fuck who knows what they have going on, and they ain't gonna explain themselves to nobody about it. You know what I'm saying? They have bold sexual energy that projects, and, you know, couple that with their fearlessness, though, I'm gonna tell you, and I shouldn't have to tell you the dangers that could get them into, man. You know, like this energy that they project, man, like it could really get them into some really bad negative experiences, you know, from just the pure hedonism, and, you know, that could cause all kinds of health issues to fucking, you know, harassment to fucking rape, you know, it's all here, unfortunately. This one's a trip, man. And the way that they're willing to go to foreign places and things like that, they just, you know, and they just feel like they'll be okay. Not always, man. Not always. And the highest manifestation of this one is just a person who believes in the right things, like love, you know, like safety, and most of all, in self. But just because you build like that, man, you don't have to build like that, man. No matter where you have Lilith at, you don't have to feed into the negativity, man. We all have all this energy available to us. What the fuck you do with it is what the fuck you do with it. You understand? And that's just what it was, cuz. Okay? And even beyond that, it ain't about what you do. It's about how you do it. Okay? This has been the last and final installment of our Lilith in the Sign series, man. Like, we done did it, man. I want to appreciate everybody that's been ride with me, man. You can go review any of them now, okay? I'm going to take a week off now, like I always do in between. I have some readings I need to catch up with, and then I need to assess what direction we're going to go with the channel next, man. We dropped over 200 videos in 5 months, you know. And, you know, I love everybody, man. I appreciate all the support, man. Like, we're just growing. We good. We cool. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, man, if y'all are interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, man, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. You know, that's also, if y'all want to fuck with me on the merch, you know what I'm saying? You know, if y'all are interested in, you know, anything, man, you know how to hit my email and ask me, man, and talk to me about it, man. If you need somebody to talk to, if you're going through some hard times, I'm always right here, man, for real. Because I've been through some shit myself, man. I'll probably come back next week with a few, you know, little updates or something. Who knows? A few question and answers. But maybe I might find something I want to redo over before I kick back into this next series. But hey, man, like, we good, y'all. We really good. We really good. I love everybody, man. Y'all keep it real till y'all see me again, man. I appreciate the love and support.